Why Tyrion will wed Daenerys Targaryen. Before I get into this video, I would like to refer to this wedding as the Wedding of Dragons, assuming that Tyrion may be a Targaryen after all, considering the multiple hints given to us, and thus making both parties of Targaryen bloodline. Aside from their touching moment in the finale of Season 6, there might be other influences on what I believe will be Tyrion and Daenerys' future marriage. As of right now, it seems that Daenerys will undoubtedly marry Jon in what could possibly be called the White Wedding, referring to Jon's bastard name of Snow and his representation of ice, as she hints that she will marry someone in Westeros to strengthen her position when giving her farewells to Daario. This would be the best choice as of right now since Jon is the king of the North. Daenerys having support from both the South and the North is all she needs to guarantee her reign after she dethrones Queen Cersei. But what if Tyrion is a Targaryen? That would surely give incentive for Daenerys to wed him, as keeping the bloodline as pure as possible is of absolute necessity. Sure, Jon is a Targaryen, but neither he nor Daenerys have any inkling of that revelation, and Bran may never even meet Jon again, reminiscent of how Arya almost reunited with Robb, but lost him just before she could reach him. Maybe Jon will die again, but because Melisandre is gone, he will never be resurrected again. It's true that Tyrion doesn't have much power in Westeros as a whole, but his intellect is of great necessity, and he clearly gets along with Daenerys' dragons, which seems to tie with his fascination with dragons mentioned in the series. Not to mention that Daenerys actually trusts him, and their scene in the Season 6 finale suggests that they are interested in each other in some way, almost like the way Daenerys looked at Khal Drogo in Season 1. However, the Wedding of Dragons could be very bad like every wedding so far in the series, and end with Tyrion actually killing Daenerys. This could happen a few ways, but it is most likely to occur when Daenerys wants to execute Jaime, as Jaime may choose to defend Cersei instead of turning against her. This isn't because he still loves her, as he finally realizes the monster that she is when he finds her sitting upon the throne, but because he doesn't want to be viewed as a Queenslayer on top of being a Kingslayer, as it clearly bothers him when people refer to him as Kingslayer. And because of Brienne, he has become a better man, trying his best to keep his oaths from now on. If Jaime chose to kill Cersei, he would be no different from before. Granted, killing Cersei wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, as the people of King's Landing are in constant danger with her in power. But of course, this is the sort of twist George R.R. Martin would throw our way. So not only will he die for Cersei, or at least get close to dying, but he will finally have completed his redemption arc. This, however, would not be okay with Tyrion, as he actually loved his brother out of everyone in his family and would not want him to die. Especially since Jaime is the one who saved him from his death before when helping him escape from King's Landing. Tyrion may end up killing Daenerys in order to save his brother during the wedding, where he will be able to get close to Daenerys without any guards being around for obvious reasons. This might also be that betrayal of love that Daenerys has to go through, and could in turn open the position for the prince who was promised. This prince could actually turn out to be Tyrion, as he would in a sense have a claim to the throne if Jaime was killed, as a Lannister now sits the throne. Not to mention he could even become Azor Ahai from killing his love Daenerys, and he also lost his hand just like Jaime, which I further explained in the previous video, but only in a sense, as he lost his position as Hand of the King. He was given his Hand of the King position back by Daenerys after the Battle of Meereen, which could represent smoke and salt, as the water at the battle could be the salt, while the smoke would stem from Meereen being firebombed, but I'll save that for another video. Of course, if Jaime does manage to live, then maybe he could become Azor Ahai, possibly if he does kill Cersei in an attempt to keep his head, especially knowing that Cersei is just like the Mad King. And if for some reason Dany still wants to kill him in order to ensure he doesn't try killing her someday, as he would then have a streak for kingslaying, Tyrion would still make the hard decision and turn on her in order to keep his brother alive, thus allowing Jaime to become Azor Ahai, while Tyrion himself becomes the prince who was promised. But that scenario seems least likely of them all. Not to mention that Daenerys' armies would not settle for either scenario, and would definitely go against Tyrion, or both Tyrion and Jaime, although Wildfire could help deal with that. Overall, the wedding might not be known as the Wedding of Dragons, but maybe it will be known as the Blood Wedding, both referring to the blood that would be spilled, and the assumption that maybe Tyrion is a Targaryen, which would help explain why he and Dany seem to complement each other so well, especially in the Season 6 finale. I would also like to add something about the Sand Snake. Sorry guys, I'm not sure what happened there, but thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you all in the next one.